What is up, guys, and welcome to another Walkthrough Wednesday. Let's roll the intro. I don't have an intro yet. I'm working on it, guys. This is like, what, our fourth Walkthrough Wednesday? I'm working on getting an intro together that will be, I'm working on it. Sorry if my eyes look a little bloodshot right now and my nose looks incredibly red. That's just because spring is basically here in Florida and the pollen is out with a vengeance and it's killing my sinuses. I've been downing eye drops, allergy pills, and sinus nasal spray like crazy, and I don't think any of it's doing any good. I think they just took my money and I don't think it did any good at all, but I am taking it. So today's topic is gonna be kind of short, but it was something that kind of came to me that I thought was kind of interesting and something that anyone that's in the film industry needs to think about. Storytelling. Storytelling is incredibly interesting, but a lot of people will be like, everything is story-based. Everything is about the narrative. Everything is about the story. And I firmly partially agree with this because to some extent, yes, this is absolutely true, but there's another side part that people just totally forget. And I think that that is the story of the camera and the story of the music and the story of the story itself, the narrative as a whole. But each little part of filmmaking has, in my opinion, has 5 essences of storytelling. And in my opinion, it's the camera, the audio, like the sound effects, the soundscape, music, because I set those two aside from each other, lighting, and then the actual story itself. And if one of these 5 doesn't fall in place, I think it can actually derail an entire production, in my opinion. So let's talk about the camera. Well, camera movement has been used in history for, years and years now. Camera movements can tell a story. For instance, if I was to move the camera in closer to me, you'll be paying a little more attention to me because I am saying something serious. Different jump cuts can have different effects. It keeps the pacing going. Moving around a person can show different essences of what's around the person and what's going on within the world. So camera movement is a story in of itself. Audio, soundscapes, sound effects. Someone that I think that does this very well is Edgar Wright. And if you ever watched Hot Fuzz or Shaun of the Walking Dead, I think I said that wrong. Those sequences play heavily on sound effects, and you can tell stories with just sounds. It doesn't have to be music, and it doesn't even have to be rhythmic. But you can hear, close your eyes for a second. You know exactly what happened. I clapped my hands together because everybody knows these sounds. And so you can tell stories with sounds, even if it was a black screen. And you've seen this done in movies all the time. Music. John Williams is known for telling stories with music, whether you're taking E.T. or Indiana Jones or Harry Potter. His music constantly complements the emotions and tells the story of the scene. So, to me, that's just a no-brainer. Music definitely tells a story because music just plays to your emotions. Lighting. Lighting is massive and I feel like it's incredibly underrated. If I was to take this light that's blowing right here into my face and put it right over my head, you would see nothing but shadows and everything. It would look very dark and dramatic and everything. And if I was to take that light and I was to put it underneath my face, you would see all these shadows from my nose and my eyes would be super bright and I'd look like a ghost. And those are edgy and they're creepy things. And where I place this light will have a different effect on the story itself. And on top of that, where I put this light while the scene is going will also change the feel and the whole entire vibe of the scene. So lighting is incredibly important. I feel like is often overlooked in smaller budget narrative films and should be one of the most considered items. And then obviously story. Story is the one that everyone harps on because it is important. You can have all 4 of those other things, and if you have a boring story, no one's going to care. That's why a lot of times, in my opinion, Oscar movies technically look great, sound great, but the stories kind of fall flat and sometimes, in my opinion. Obviously, these days it's very political, but I feel like back in the day, films that were technically right were a bit more desirable in what was picked at the Oscars. So without good story, you will never have a solid film. But I would strongly argue without those 4 other elements of camera storytelling, audio storytelling, music storytelling, and lighting storytelling, your story, even if it is great, will fall flat. So to me, those are the 5 essences of proper storytelling. That's all I got for today's Walkthrough Wednesday, guys. And in case you guys haven't noticed, but actually Matt Ryan's coming in town today. He's a friend that's on the vlog if you don't know who he is, because you only watch Walkthrough Wednesdays and you don't watch the vlog. You should be watching the vlog. So hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, guys. Follow me on social media. Everything is down below. And come join the vlog, it's a lot of fun. I married a model, we travel around and we do lots of shooting and stuff, and I have a friend who's a biker, and like just lots of fun stuff is constantly going on. Yesterday, my wife and I shot at a zoo and it was pretty fun. I got to feed a giraffe, guys. Anyway, that's where I'm gonna end today. Thank you guys for showing up for Walkthrough Wednesday, and I will see you guys next week. Anyway, that's where I will end today. Thank you guys for showing up for Walkthrough Wednesday.